Hey guys, so I don't know if you guys saw the Darren Chris live stream that was on Wednesday, but he made quite a few jokes about voting and how he would be willing to vote with one of the callers. So that got me thinking. Right now we're in the middle of an election, and it's the first time I'm going to be able to vote in a federal election, so I'm really excited about that, but I have no idea who I want to vote for. So I thought I'd talk about that since it kind of is a little bit relevant to stuff going on right now. First things first, the way that voting works in Canada is a little bit different than the US. In the US, you vote for a specific candidate that you want to be the president. In Canada, instead of voting for the Prime Minister directly, you vote for a representative for your riding or area. So let's say that this post-it note is a city. Whoops. Oh, sorry about that. So let's pretend these lines are streets. So a riding is just a section of a city, so let's call this corner section where I live. So let's call this my riding. So I vote for a representative in this area, and that representative represents, has a seat in the House of Commons, which is where we make decisions and laws. Which it's a good way to do it because then you vote for who represents you in government. But the problem with it is that it's more you're voting for a party rather than a specific candidate. You could really like one party but then absolutely hate the leader of that party, or you could really like a leader of that party but not like the policies of that party, or the person that you want to win the election may not be a part of the party that would be good for your riding. So there are four major political parties. It's a word I'm using a lot today. So you have your Liberals. Oops, put that over there. Liberals, Conservatives. Ooh, different color. NDP. Your Bloc. And your Green Party. Alright, so Liberals and Conservatives, the two major parties. We've never had a Prime Minister who wasn't Liberal or Conservative since Confederation. But we do have these three other lovely parties. So we have New Democratic Party, NDP, Bloc Québécois, the Green Party. Most people don't really count the Green Party, which they probably should. I mean, they're not completely useless. But they're mostly concerned with the environment, which is a problem because that's all they really have so far. The Bloc, a lot of people don't really count either because they're mostly concerned with Quebec and their needs. One of their biggest platform issues is that they want to separate Quebec, which is a problem considering it's our biggest province and right smack dab in the middle of the country. So, probably not going to vote for either of those. But the problem was, and I don't know which one of these three remaining ones I want to vote for. Right now, we have a conservative government, so Stephen Harper is currently our Prime Minister and he's running for re-election. Frankly, I'm not really happy with how Mr. Harper has led our government, led our country. He prorogued Parliament for, I think it was a couple months, which means you pretty much just shut it down and no laws were being passed, nothing was happening. It's a problem. So I don't think I'm going to vote for them. But then there's the Liberals, who I probably was leaning towards voting for. Where I live, the riding's been Liberal since it was created 25 years ago. So there's that. But I'm not really a fan of the Liberal leader. He seems a little dodgy to me. And he didn't even live in Canada for the last 15 years or something. His wife's not even a Canadian citizen. He pretty much just came back to Canada so he could be Prime Minister. So there's that. The candidate that I really like the most probably is Jack Layton, and he's the NDP leader, but the likelihood of me voting for, like, voting NDP and then that having any effect is very slim, because the way voting works is that you vote for the representative of your riding, and that representative will have a seat in the House of Commons. And the way the Prime Minister is decided is whichever party has the most seats in the House of Commons, that's the party in power. So the prime minister candidate could very well, like, not be elected in his or her riding, but still be prime minister. So then that causes a lot of problems. I don't think that's ever happened, but if it has, it's bad news. So I don't know who I want to vote for. I'm not really a fan of this voting process because, like in a situation like mine where a Liberal riding would probably be the best for where I live, just because of, like, the demographics of who lives here. Like, it would probably be best if this stayed Liberal. I'm sorry. My dad is snoring on my bed. I don't know why. Why is he here? Hello, Dad. You're snoring. You're interrupting my video. He says hi. So this has been a Liberal riding for years and years and years and years. But I don't want Michael Ignatieff to win because he's shifty and I don't trust him. NDP is probably where my personal philosophies about politics lie, but the likelihood of my vote making any difference is very slim, because if I vote for NDP, the chance of the NDP candidate winning in my riding is very, very slim. So it's almost like there's no point in me voting that way. I should just vote with whatever I think is going to win, which kind of defeats the purpose of me having a vote, I think, because I'm not voting for who I want to, I'm voting for how I'm going to make my vote count. As proud as I am that I get the chance to vote, and I'm very thankful for having that right to vote, I hate election time. Just they replay those ads all the time. Just bugs the hell out of me. And frankly, I don't think politics is all that interesting. As of right now, I'm still undecided. I have a week or so to make a decision. I probably won't even decide until I'm, like, there at the voting station. When I was little, I always looked forward to voting. Now that I actually have the chance to, I'm dreading it because I have no freaking idea what to do.